Whoa, look who's late again!
Oh, shucks, Dino. What are you watching?
Just another Whoa Wednesday!
Are you serious? Wait for me! Whoa!
What? A wardrobe change.
Recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Whoa! Hey there, Grammar Goodies, and welcome back to another Whoa Wednesday with me, Mr. Goodie Grammar, where tonight we're going to talk all about English vocabulary. What in particular? Oh yeah, we're going to go over the Word of the Week words. Which ones? We're going over words 21 through 30. So if you haven't been keeping up with our different words, do not even worry. Let me introduce them to you. And if you have been keeping up with our different vocabulary words, then this is awesome practice to refine and master your skills. But hold up! Before we get started, Grammar Goodies, I want to go ahead and do a basket breaker.
Uh-oh.
For this week's basket breaker, the question is, what is your favorite word part? Do you like root words, prefixes, suffixes? Whoa! What drives you crazy? Go ahead and put your answer into the comment section. Alrighty, Grammar Goodies, what did you put down? Here's my answer. My answer is prefixes. I love prefixes. They come before the root word, and they offer an idea of what the word will be about. Ho-ho! It can modify it. It's so cool. Anyway, after my nerdy moment, it's making me quite parched. So I think it's time that we drink up some radioactive waste.
3, 2, 1.
For this lesson, the essential question is, how can one use the various Word of the Week words? How can we use them in different circumstances, considering their different parts of speech? Well, tonight we'll be able to go over all of that, so you can master it. So, let's go ahead and get it started by talking about the different words that we'll review. We'll review the words sycophant, rapscallion, infer, calamity, indicative, cacophony, tenable, tractable, elated, and procure. All these words, we'll be going over this evening. So let's go ahead and get it started with the first word. We have the word sycophant. Sycophant. But what does it mean, Mr. Goodie Grammar? Great question. So sycophant is actually a noun. It's a person, place, thing, or idea. So a sycophant is a self-seeking flatterer, a person who insincerely flatters in order to gain an advantage. So this is a person who's like, oh, wow, Mom and Dad, you look so good today. Can I have $5? It's someone who flatters for their own personal gain. In fact, some synonyms for the word sycophant are flatterer, opportunist, and leech. Ooh. Let's see how it's used in a couple of sentences. Example 1. Jeremy is such a sycophant because he always gives the kings compliments about his crown. He really wants to ascend to the throne. So in this circumstance, Jeremy is a sycophant because he keeps complimenting the king's crown. Why? Well, he eventually wants to ascend to the throne and be king himself. So that's what makes him a sycophant. Let's see how it's used in another sentence. Example 2. He is a sycophant and only received the promotion because he compliments the bosses. Ooh! So once again, you're seeing that this person's a sycophant because they complimented the bosses in order to get a promotion. So someone who flatters for personal gain. Think you have that down, grammar goodies? I know you do. So let's go ahead and practice. Here's what I want you to do. Go ahead and use the word sycophant in an original sentence. What should you do with that sentence? Oh yeah, you should go ahead and post it into the comments section. What are you waiting for? Get to it. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, grammar goodies. Pretty cool, right? But let's go ahead and go on to our next word. It's the word rapscallion. Rapscallion. Well, rapscallion is actually a noun, and it means a mischievous person. In fact, some synonyms for rapscallion are a mean, evil, or unprincipled person. Usually I like to think of rapscallions like pranksters and hooligans in the neighborhood. Let's see how rapscallion is used in a couple of sentences. Example 1. Due to her ex's mind games, she figured that he was a rapscallion. So he's a mischievous person, and she realized that. So she realizes that he is a rapscallion. Let's see it used in another sentence. Example 2. Old man Jenkins blamed the rapscallions down the street for egging his house. So here, the rapscallions were up to no good and egged Old man Jenkins' house. So that's rapscallion. Think you have that down, grammar goodies? Again, a rapscallion is a mischievous person, someone who's up to no good. So let's go ahead and practice this. Here's what I want you to do. Go ahead and use rapscallion in an original sentence and then post it into the comments. Get to it! Don't be a rapscallion yourself. Okay, grammar goodies, pretty cool, right? I bet you came up with some fantastic sentences. But let's move on to the next word. It's the word infer. But what does it mean? Well, infer is a verb, and it means to conclude from evidence or assumptions rather than from explicit statements. So you're coming to a conclusion, not usually based off evidence, but your assumptions, your feelings. In fact, some synonyms are deduce, conclude, and judge. So these are great verbs to go ahead and replace infer with if you're trying to see if it works in this context. Let's see how we can use infer in a couple of sentences. Example 1. Since the Kool-Aid man was in the room, one could infer that he committed the crime because there was red liquid next to the body. So due to the evidence piling up about the red liquid, we can infer that the Kool-Aid man is actually the one who committed the crime. What? But he's my best friend! Anyway, example 2. Little Billy's mom inferred that he was being a rapscallion because he missed his curfew. So the mom inferred that he was being a mischievous person because he missed his curfew. So she concluded and deduced that. Pretty cool, right? That's infer, coming to a conclusion about something. Alright, let's go ahead and practice this. Once again, what I would like you to do is use this word, infer, in an original sentence, and then post it into the comments section. Come on, get to it! Great job, grammar goodies. Let's go ahead and move on to the word calamity. Calamity. Well, calamity is actually a noun, and it means an event causing great and often sudden damage or distress. Sounds like my life. In fact, some synonyms for calamity are disaster, tragedy, and crisis. Anyway, moving on. How do we use calamity in a couple of sentences? Well, example 1. When I burnt the eggs, it sent the entire house into absolute calamity. Oh! Here we can see that calamity is used to describe the disaster that came from the burnt eggs. Let's move on to example 2. As the war continued, the generals assessed the calamity of every battle. So the generals, they went and they analyzed the disaster, the impact of the battles. So that's calamity. Calamity, like a disaster. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and practice calamity. Here's what I want you to do. Use calamity in an original sentence and then post it into the comment section. Come on, it's practice time. Get to it. Whoa, what a calamity. So let's go ahead and move on, grammar goodies, to our next word. It's the word indicative. Indicative. Well, indicative is an adjective, and it means serving as a sign or indication of something. What does that really mean? Well, here are some synonyms. Some synonyms for indicative are expressive, suggestive, and representative. I think representative is probably the best synonym to use for indicative, as you'll see when we're going over the couple of sentences. For example, we have example 1. If you see malevolent creatures during the night, they might be indicative of sleep paralysis. So if you're seeing these creatures, it might be representative of sleep paralysis. Oh, so showing the signs of sleep paralysis. So that's indicative. Let's see how it's used in another sentence. Example 2. His pathological ways are indicative of a toxic individual. So his pathological ways are representative of a toxic individual, or signifying a toxic individual. So that's how we use the word indicative. Pretty easy, right? It's to signify something. So let's go ahead and practice this. Use indicative in an original sentence and then post that into the comments section. What are you waiting for? Get to it. Grammar goodies, your practice is indicative of your incredible work ethic. So let's go ahead and move on to our next word, which is cacophony. Oh, what does cacophony mean? Well, cacophony is a noun. It means a harsh, discordant mixture of sounds. In fact, some synonyms for cacophony are noise, racket, and discord. Ugh, it's not a pleasant sound. It's a mixture of harsh sounds. It's a cacophony. Let's see how cacophony is used in a couple of sentences. Example 1. After a night of no sleep, Marjani became cantankerous when she heard the cacophony of sounds outside her window at 6 a.m. So this harsh mixture of sounds outside her window kept her awake. Oh no, poor Marjani. Moving on to this example, example 2. The steel plant made a cacophony of sounds with all of its machines. So the steel plant has all these machines making all this noise, and all this noise combines to make this cacophony. So that's cacophony. Let's go ahead and practice it now. Go ahead and use cacophony in an original sentence, and then post it into the comment section. All right, hopefully you created a cacophony in the comments. Well, let's move on to tenable. What does tenable mean? Well, tenable is actually an adjective, and it means capable of being held, maintained, or defended. In fact, some synonyms for tenable are defendable, justifiable, and sustainable. Again, you can maintain it. Let's go ahead and see how tenable is used in a few sentences. Example 1. Due to his ineffective planning, the team decided that his bank heist plan was not tenable. So it was not maintainable, right? They couldn't go through with it because it wasn't foolproof. So that's tenable. But let's see how it's used in another circumstance. This tenable scientific conclusion will be around for years to come. So tenable, maintainable, okay? So it's enduring. So the enduring scientific conclusion will be around for years to come. So it's justifiable. It has substance behind it. So it's maintainable. So that is how we use tenable. So let's go ahead and practice this. Go ahead and use tenable in an original sentence. Use it to describe something that can be maintained over time. So, again, use tenable in an original sentence and then post it into the comments. Alrighty, grammar goodies, great job. But we have to move on to our next word, and it's the word tractable. Tractable. Well, tractable is actually an adjective, and it means easy to control or influence. In fact, some synonyms for tractable will be controllable, manageable, and malleable. All of these words help you understand that something is easy to control. Well, let's see how it's used in a couple of sentences. Example 1. Since Chad had no job experience, the manager decided that he was a perfect hire because he's incredibly tractable. So since Chad has no prior experience, he's easy to manipulate and easy to direct. Pretty cool, right? That's tractable. But let's move on. Here we go. He is a self-assured and independent Sagittarius, so he is not very tractable. So if someone's very self-assured in their ways, they have their own ideas and opinions and they're stuck to them, they're not easily tractable. So they're not easy to manipulate, to, get them to follow what you're saying. They kind of think for themselves. So if you're tractable, you easily follow what others say. Pretty straightforward, right? Let's go ahead and practice this word. Use tractable in an original sentence and then post that into the comment section. Get to it! Woo! Grammar goodies, I don't want to call you tractable, but I do hope that you're participating in the comment section. Keep in mind, by participating in the comments section, you can receive a Grammar Goodie sentence shoutout of the week in our Whoa Wednesdays. So let's move on to elated. What is elated? Well, elated is an adjective, and it means ecstatically happy. Whoa! In fact, some synonyms for elated are excited, overjoyed, joyful, and ecstatic. All of these words define some kind of feeling of happiness. So it's an incredibly positive word. Let's see how it's used in a couple of sentences. Example 1. He was elated to hear that the committee nominated his chili recipe for an award. Oh, a very happy thing. So he's elated to hear that, his chili recipe got nominated for an award. So that's elated. Let's look at example 2. The velociraptor became elated when the crowd stood up and gave him a standing ovation. Oh, bravo, velociraptor! Your tap dancing is beautiful. So, the velociraptor was happy, ecstatic when he received that standing ovation. That one That one is a great word to use if you're trying to express how you feel if you're in a very happy state. Well, let's practice it. Go ahead and use elated in an original sentence and then post that into the comment section. What are you waiting for? Get to it! Woo! Well, I'm elated that you're joining me for this Whoa Wednesday. But we need to move on to our next word. It's the word procure. Procure. Well, procure is a verb, and it means to obtain something, especially with care or effort. In fact, some synonyms for this verb are obtain, acquire, and get. Whoa! If you get something, you procure it. Let's see how it's used in a couple of sentences. Example 1. Charlie finally procured the funds to pay the Oompa Loompas. So here, Charlie finally got or obtained the funds to pay the Oompa Loompas. So procure, to get. Example 2. Denise procured a loan so that she could start building a log flume ride. So Denise got a loan so she could start building a log flume ride. So again, we're seeing this verb used as obtain, to get something. Well, what are you going to procure? I'm going to procure a whole bunch of example sentences in the comments because you are going to practice. Write an original sentence that uses procure in it, and then post that into the comments section. Come on, get to it! Great job, Grammar Goodies. We went over all 10 words, 21 through 30. So that was good practice, but it's time to put you to the test. Let's go ahead and do an aisle check. Puh.
We're ready for an aisle.
For this week's aisle check, here's what's going to happen. You're going to go ahead and create an original paragraph that uses all 10 word of the week words. Think you can do that? Create an original paragraph that uses all word of the week words? My suggestion is make it funny because that's what makes it memorable. But again, you'll craft an original paragraph that uses sycophant, rapscallion, infer, calamity, indicative, cacophony, tenable, tractable, elated, and procure. Use all those words in one paragraph and then post it into the comments. Come on, this is the ultimate practice. And get to it. Well, Grammar Goodies, I know you did a great job, but it's time for my least favorite part of the evening. It's time for us to start checking out. Oh. But before you go, it's the time we've all been waiting for. It's time for the Grammar Goodie Sentence Shoutout of the Week. The Grammar Goodie Sentence Shoutout of the Week goes to an individual or individuals that participate in the comments section on any of our platforms, whether that's Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and so much more. So make sure that you are participating. And the Grammar Goodie Sentence Shoutout of the Week goes to Alberto F. Alberto, you did it. You left an incredible and encouraging comment. You said, I hope you continue doing this. You're great. Thank you so much, Alberto. I truly appreciate it. And yes, we will keep going at General Grammar. And if you would like the Grammar Goodie Sentence Shoutout of the Week, make sure to participate in the comment sections on any of our platforms. Oh, well, It's time for you to be free, grammar goodies, to fly off into the cosmos. Anyway, my name is Mr. Goodie Grammar. Thank you so much for dropping by General Grammar. And comma in anytime. I'll see ya. Woo! Whoa! What are you still doing here? Don't you know that the episode is over? What? Okay, I get it. I mean, I know you love grammar. So why don't you hit like on this video? In fact, share it and do a little comment. But mainly, subscribe. Why haven't you subscribed yet? In fact, if you don't subscribe, you could be pulled into an interdimensional vortex. So, make sure to subscribe. Remember, General Grammar is tons of fun. What are you waiting for? Whoa! Click on another video.